This tutorial is about search engine optimization and writing content, but not just writing it, but also testing it for search engine optimization. In this case, I'm using a program called Dupefree Pro. It's free software that you can download. There'll be a link on my website where you can go ahead and get it. And then basically what you do is prepare your text content in advance. Now here's an example of that. I've written this article entitled Custom CMS Web Design in WordPress. Now I've done this in Gridsoft Notepad Lite. If you notice, down the left-hand side there's a gutter, and it actually has line numbers for each line of what I've written. That makes it easy to discuss this later on with a client. If we're in Skype, they've got a copy of it. I do. If they're looking at it in Notepad, there won't be any line numbers there on the left that will allow us to say, well, look down on line 12 and the comment there as an example. So my advice is look for Gridsoft, download their Notepad Lite, which is free, which will allow you to talk with your designer line by line in things that you write. So in this case, this content has been written in my standard format that includes having the title, description, and keywords for the topic. In this case, the title is Custom CMS Web Design in WordPress. The description, which is a single line full sentence, is here. The keywords are there. Now to test this in Dupefree Pro, I don't care about this metacode that only the search engines see. I care about this title and all the content that I've written. So what we'll do is highlight all of this content down to the very bottom of the page, do Control-C, and then move from here to Dupefree Pro. In this box where it has Article 1, click inside the blank box, hold down the Control key, press the V like in Victor key, and it pastes your article in there, including the title. Now we're interested in something that's called keyword density. In order to do well in search engines, certain keywords, like the keywords that are in the title, need to appear on that page a certain amount of times. In this case, this article has 403 words in 25 sentences and a total of 16 paragraphs. So out of these approximately 400 words, we want to know how many times does, for example, the word WordPress appear in this article. The right number is going to be a certain percentage. If it's not enough, another page is going to end up on Google page 1 ahead of you. If it's there too many times and way above this recommended number, then Google's going to say you're trying to trick us into putting you on Google page 1. So that's a number that you need to get right. And that's why I use Dupefree Pro for testing. Now Dupefree Pro does have other purposes, and you can go to their site and learn more about that. For the intent and purpose of web design, we want to test keyword density. Now down here below all of this, you see keyword phrase and calculate keyword density. Let's type in WordPress into the empty box and then calculate keyword density. As you can see, it appears 2.73%. The word WordPress is in there 11 times. In addition, up above, you can see it's actually highlighted throughout this text content, each place that it appears. Now, what is that target percentage that you want to aim for? It's not 2.73, it's actually 4%. And a range of 2 to 6% is fine, but the median on that, of course, the median would be 4%. So that's what you really want to aim for. Now, if I wanted to get that up to 4%, I can look through here and make changes right in here. I'm going to put the word WordPress right in here in this sentence after the word design, because it'll still make sense, right? So now I've added it once. I'll recalculate the density, and now it's 2.9%. Let's see if there's anywhere else that we could put that and not make it look spammy. The point is that in writing your content, this 2.9% would be fine. In some cases, I'd probably stop right there, but I'm going to keep looking just so that you can learn this is how you can actually do the edit to your article right in Dupefree Pro. Looking further ahead, I can see other places where I could probably stick it in there, but I'm not going to bother. Let me look down in this paragraph. It's there twice here. It's in here once. Let's see. No, I'm not even going to add it there, and it's again twice here. So I'm going to stick with this 2.9. That's close enough to 3%. But going back to the title includes all the important keywords that this article is about. So it's also about web design. So let's test web design next. Again, we go down to the keyword phrase box, type in the phrase that we're interested in, and then click here on the button for calculate keyword density. In this case, it's 1.98. Now that's just under the 2% that I'm trying to hit, 2 to 6%, with 4% being the ideal. But even then, I want it to be easy for the reader to read, and that's something to remember in web design. Always design for your readers, for the visitors, for the people coming to your website, as opposed to search engines. It'll make a lot more sense if you do. Here's a paragraph that doesn't have the word web design in there at all. So let's look at this and read it out and see where we could insert the word phrase web design in there. Oh, let's see. In the past, I would not utilize or recommend a CMS content management system using the WordPress platform. And I could add to there for web design. Now I've added it once. Let's recalculate and see where we're at. 2.21. And it didn't hurt the meaning of it or the readability of this for actual people. After years of gaining an enviable reputation, open source, blah, blah, blah. There's a CMS. We could put web design in here. CMS web design system. We could put it in there. Again, recalculate the keyword density. We're up to 2.4. I think that's enough. I really wouldn't want to go back and just stick it in there just to make the search engines happy. It's not like you'd want every other word web design to ruin the readability. So I'm going to stick with the 2.4 as good enough for that. Now the other key thing, of course, is CMS or custom CMS. Let's do just the word custom first of all and test that. Type in custom in the keyword phrase, calculate keyword density. It's 2. Yeah, that's okay. Next is CMS. The phrase, calculate that, 3.667. So now that's really close to that 4%. So of all of the phrases in this top paragraph, it appears that CMS is the only one that's close to that ideal of 4%. So we talk about ideal, we talk about making it readable. In this case, I'm perfectly happy with what we've done. So the next and final thing that you would need to do, and this is very important because now you've made changes to this. The file that you have in Notepad is different. So you can actually go back into here after you have made your edits, do Control-C to copy all of that text, and then go back to Notepad, and again, highlight everything in there, and do, whoops, I only wanted it down as far as here. So I would want to highlight everything down to the title, the very things that we had put in Dupefree Pro. And then hold the Control, press the V key once, and now you've just changed your Notepad file so that it reads just like what you had over here in Dupefree Pro with all these changes that you made. With that done, you're ready to proceed with doing copy and paste and taking this content and actually plugging it in to your content management system for this new page that you want to add to your website. That's it. There'll be more, so stay tuned for more lessons in search engine optimization.